戦況は常に変化している。油断は禁物だ。
Yeah, some settings were off in OBS. I don't know why. I have them specifically tailored for everything to work out well every time. And now for some reason it had broken down and didn't actually pick the microphone even though it's open right next to me. Anyway. So far we have tried everyone here on this. It's the Echoing Tower, I think? Probably. I always confuse the names of the towers. So far we have tried everyone in... We'll see if it's the Echoing Tower or not. Probably the Echoing Tower. And this is the tier list that I have built so far. Keep in mind that I don't have Yinlin, so the Electro sub DPSs are kind of, you know, hinted. It's not... They're not with the best teams as other characters that I have are. But we have taken that into consideration. But they also have some signatures, in which cases other characters do not. In the case of Jian, for instance, or Zhang Yao. So yeah, so far we're at this point. We're ready to try out Kaltari, our boy, with Augusta's signature, so we can actually see how good he is. We don't have Yinlin, but Sanhua is really good for Kaltaro, so I take it. It's the Echoing Tower. Whoo! I said that right. So yeah. We are doing Kaltari, our boy. A starter character that I have from probably the very first day of the game, really. Or the second day, I don't know. I really have him and Anchor. I think these were the two first 5-star characters I had. And they were... I've been playing them... However much I played this game, it's 1 year and a half. Yeah. So yeah, this is the team. Soulkeeper no signature in all of the teams. Sanhua is with Emerald of Genesis to deal some damage herself. And Kaltaro with Augusta's weapon and the same Cosette as Zhang Yao. And as I said, Sanhua actually benefits Kaltaro a lot because not only she buffs something that Kaltaro actually scales with kind of basic attack damage, but he's not scaling with only basic attack damage though. But her speed is also helping a lot. So we do this. How are we getting frozen here? Alright, let's do a reset. This was not a good start. It's unfair. Alright, now we did better. Now that was better. Yeah, its speed is something Kaltaro lacks, so Sanhua is helping him with that. If she actually does her job well. Yeah, we're going to reset that because we missed the damage of the Resonance Liberation. So, yeah. Wait, what? He took that... the 40 was late to recover, so I thought I missed that. Alright. Alright, we won't do the same mistake. We do this liberation here so he can actually be damaged. Alright, so Kaltaro is dealing some really good damage here. More than Jian actually too. Oh, I forgot to say that he's... I think it's 2. We'll check it later. I missed that damage though. I was too fast in doing some stuff. Yeah, he's also S2, I think. If I remember right. Which gives him a kind of edge than other characters and teams. But to be fair, he's a starter character and his S2 doesn't give him that much damage. Oh wait, what? I was frozen for a moment. I don't know what happened. Why are we doing this? We're doing this faster than other characters. I did this the other way around though. Right. 3.30, which is as good as Dian's. 8 inches. Which says a lot for our boy, to be fair. Which does say a lot for our boy. He doesn't even have Yinlin. But he's a steward, he had... it's 3. Oh, so he does take a lot of damage here. Yeah, with this 2, to be fair, nothing great would have happened, but this one is really good. Kutsaro's Luke Dramas wounds increased by 25% during his Restless Liberation state, which is the most important, you know, part of his rotation. And yeah, that leaves me in a bit of a conundrum. Kaltsaro without any S, without any resonance chains, would be B tier. Alright? Probably the strongest the B tier can give. But with S3, he is easily A tier. S3 and above, Kaltsaro is definitely A tier. He is just too strong. He's kinda limited with resistances, but crits are not limited him as much, since he has many instances of damage and not, again, like Tensi, one instance, one nuke, whatever happens. So unless you have him at S3 and above, and a good weapon to pair him with, of the likes of at least Lustrous Razor and above, he cannot make it to A tier. But he's probably the best B tier can show. Let me swap some weapons back so I know what's happening here. Now, I think we can do... Who's left? I want to try out Camellia, alright? But I have here Resonance Chains unlocked that this one does some good shit for her. It increases her crit damage and it is not interrupted during Ephemeral. Both are really good. Both are really good things for Camellia because it increases her speed, because you don't care if you get damaged at Tarot Vest in any case. So you just throw Ephemeral, you know, the enhanced resonance skill that increases her damage, and you don't care if you get hit. Otherwise you do, and otherwise you need to dodge, because if you lose Ephemeral, you lose your whole kit. You lose your whole damage. So this one is a silent buff to speed. That's not, you know, it doesn't outright say it, but it is. And this one is also a really good damage increase, like 28% free crit damage for 18 seconds, which is kind of the whole time she spends on the field, 15 to 18 seconds depending on the dodges you need to make. So yeah. And we have his signature as well. It's stat wise, she's a beast. So yeah, I'm trying to... We can play Camellia. But we will keep in mind that she has all this good stuff going on about here, right? I was just leaving her for last because, yeah. Alright. Why didn't dodge that? Come on. But I swear I was smash pressing the Heron skill. I swear. We were interrupted during resonance skill for Swordkeeper? What the fuck? Alright, let's go. We're doing Resonance Liberation now so we can just deal damage with Ephemeral. We're kinda losing time here. Because he jumps up and we can't reach him while on the ground state, but it's still alright. As we were saying, C is S1, so it's all good. I miss playing Camellia to hard adversity, really. I really do. Yeah. It's like the fastest out of everyone. But C is S1. Which increases crit damage, which translates to at least roughly 10 to 15 seconds faster clear. This S1 translates easily to 10 seconds faster clear. So yeah, we need to take that to keep that, to consider that when comparing to others, alright? Because I mean, she just did static, it did, I don't know, 50 seconds, not even a minute. It was hilariously fast. So we are going to put here with Sanhua, because if you don't have Rokia's signature, Sanhua is kind of a little bit better. Because Rokia's signature, let me show you, like from a random website, what it does. It gives a lot of damage to Rokia, alright? And it kinda speeds up the whole process. Sanhua's buffs are kinda better with Camellia than Rokia's. Though I do like Rokia better for Camellia, especially Wuthering Waves, because you get the extra traction, which is really important. Especially when enemies go like this, like running all the way away. But yeah, in any case, I would place Camellia S tier, below Carlotta, maybe on par with Mono Fusion, because Camellia can be strong. But here, Ephemeral kinda needs to crit, otherwise you lose some value from there. And from then on, she just deals too much damage, regardless, because her hits are enhanced, and she does a lot of them when you have her on Ephemeral. And like with even on the airborne on ground, that does a lot of hits. Some of them will crit regardless of whether you have 50 or 60%. So yeah, she's dependent on crits mainly because of Ephemeral. Because you lose a lot of value if you don't do Ephemeral. Like if you saw, it was around 150k, right? 150k damage. Without the S1, it would be somewhere around 130. 125, let's say. 120 to 125 is still a large number. It's still a large number. If she crits with like 300% crit damage, right? Otherwise it's 30k. It's not as good. Same as Jinxie. And yeah, I think it's on par on Fusion and Carlotta, but not as great as those three now, as we stand. If a better Havoc Shot DPS releases, Camilla might see some better days. Even though she's already powerful and my favorite character in the game so far. We're left with this fella and Anchor. Yeah, this hurts. Anchor is getting a buff here, unfortunately, so we need to run here. And I'm not sure if she's able to clear this. Rodelis. To be fair, I haven't tried. Where have I played Anchor? Right here. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I think this needs like Lupa, Brand, even though Brad doesn't have his signature, and Anchor. I think this is how we should try this out. And also, we were playing with... Let me check the weapons real fast. Camellia. So we're good with when it comes to weapons. So we need to put on Anchor Zezis, which is really good for Anchor. It has tons of crit damage and a good attack stat. More attack and basic attack damage bonus. And actually you can get this full. Because you do have resonance skill all the time during your resonance liberation. So you get this stack at full. It's a really good weapon for Anchor. If you have missed it, you can buff Anchor a lot with this. But you don't care about the second effect. So even if you don't get it, which in case you do, but it doesn't matter. The only thing is that I have 100% ER, which is not good. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, you need, but oh, Anchor is the one that I have as 2. So with this one, you're good even with 100% ER, 105 or 10. It's good unless you're dropping DPS. If you have DPS drops, you're going to have a bad time with 100% ER. So this one is a good S1 buff. It's not amazing. It's good. It's decent. Yeah, but she's a starter character, so I take it. Alright, so we try this team out. Otherwise, it's Anchors or Keeper Sanhua. Alright? It depends on how this will go. Whoa, wait, what the fuck? Alright. We need to cast this now because we need that extra damage. And we go all in. First cast Reso skill always because you also have Zez's weapon. And now Lupa. We can also try here with Swordkeeper at Sanhua just to be completely sure how well she can go, how hard she can hit. Oh, sorry, I forgot to cast the Resist Liberation first. Because I was thinking I need to cast her. Yeah, I'm kinda late now, but it's alright. Yeah, we're losing a lot of DPS because of the random stuff she's doing. This boss is just so random. Interrupts everything and attacks from everywhere. Like, you can just chill the fuck out for this. And we'll have another boss down the line, as it seems. Another Flordelis. Which is not good. Now you see, you need to cast this in order to have the Restless Liberation up. Oh, come on. I think I messed up the second iterations. I think I could do this better. This is going to be a struggle to beat, not just to... oh damn, to compare to other. Alright, it was good. Because I don't have... I don't have the signature for this character, so it's kinda hard. We're doing this one. We don't have to... We really can't afford to have DPS drops with Anchor because of her energy regen, plus the fact that this is a hard boss. Alright, we were at the nick of time. I think we should do Anchor here. Yeah, it's better to do Anchor when you're with Lupa, so you don't, you know, disrupt Brand's rotation a lot since he's airborne. And now everything's kinda better. I could have broken her guard there. Yeah, that's good enough. Please crit. Thank you. No. 71k? Yeah, it was a crit. I just don't have Chanli's buffs. Because it's usually 100k, but it's because I have Chanli and Chanli buffs. Lupa. Yeah, thank God we have something like Swordkeeper's anti-interruption skill on Lupa, because this boss is just damn, doesn't let us do anything. Oh shit, we didn't do intro skill, which is bad. Yeah, we're not beating this boss like this. Maybe I could try Swordkeeper Sanhua, but I'm not too positive for this. I don't think this will be good. But at least Sanhua is fast, you know, which is okay for us. Which is in this case better for us, probably. Because we will lack damage otherwise from swapping Lupa out and Brand. Always do the Restless Liberation skill first. So you have Zezis. Ah, yeah, we didn't break that guard there. We kinda lost DPS. We kinda lost. It could have been better. Alright. Why didn't you swap out? Alright, now it's full on anchor damage. Woohoo! Maybe it's kinda better on this case scenario because we don't have neither Lupa's nor Brad's weapon to amplify Anchor's damage more. And Sanhua is just too strong. And too strong, too fast. Anti-interruption. Anchor has anti-interruption there. And we're so fast that Sword Keeper's Resist Liberation hadn't finished its cooldown. So that's how good it is to be fast. Wait, what? Yeah, that costed us a little of time. That cost us a little bit of time. Alright, enhanced heavy attack. We have 10 seconds. Yeah, it's not possible. It's not possible because yeah, she's just too tanky of a boss. Oh, she also cancelled out. Yeah, we should try her out here probably. But these have fusion. Yeah, it's hard to make a comparison with Anchor. We can try her out here to just see how much faster she can be in such a level. Like in a level that she gets everything, every buff possible, she has it. But yeah, this boss also annoys Anchor because of how much interruption he has, and how much anti-interruption Anchor doesn't like. Come on. But I pressed it. Now we go Sanhua. Same trick as before. And we kinda lost a little bit of damage, as you saw, because we didn't have Resist Liberation ready before, because he swapped back to, you know, the other area to do his thing. Yeah, we can do this. Yes, it's just too fast here because she gets too many buffs. Alright. Anchor is a really good character. Anchor is a really strong DPS. If you don't have a good weapon, she's kind of the same fate as Calzaro. If you have her first two resonance chains, let's say the third, I don't remember the third. What the fuck the third resonance chain does? I'm not even sure. Yeah, who cares? You are the first two to... Yeah, the first four is good for Anchor, the first three are good for Calzaro. So you know the first four for Anchor. And a good weapon, she's a beast. She's a good character. We can actually... I think we can manage full DLC if we try hard. That's not the case here though, so I probably won't try hard as much. You can actually beat her, especially if she's S4. She gets 20 damage amplification, 20% damage amplification, so yeah. And with this weapon, if you have Yinlits, even better. And her stats are pretty good. So yeah, on this one she did around 50 seconds. But she gets a lot of buffs. We need to consider that too, because she gets 25% damage amplification, 10% deepen, plus this shit. Yeah, it's strong. So, and Anchor is a good character. I think she's on par with Calzaro, but she's also faster than Calzaro, which is good. Both benefit from Sanhua. Anchor benefits a little bit more from Sanhua, so she's more free to play friendly, let's say. It's the same. They're the same free-to-play friendly characters, right? But Anchor benefits from other characters as well, a lot more. Brand, Lupa, Chun-Li, you name it. And also, Katsara benefits from Yinlin, but that's about it. Moreover, the only problem is that Katsara, with his first 3 resonance chains, he's becoming a beast. Like, very strong. 8 tier strong. Almost as good as Jing and S0. While Anchor needs 4 resonance chains and a good weapon. So it's not actually the same. So that's why I will put here a little bit under Calzaro just for this. Because you need a little more advancement. If you have here S4, great. She's 8 tier as well. Below GN. If not, you know. And a good weapon, sorry. S4 and a good weapon. Because Cosmic Ripples Anchor is alright, I guess. Yeah. You see my mouth, right? She's alright, I guess. It's like that. So yeah, she's not 8 tier unless you complete some stuff first. Which are not hard, by the way. A limited weapon, you will get a limited weapon at some point, right? Especially a rectifier. Like String Master, Zay's signature is good, right? Draped Sprouts, for all of us is also alright. Even Phoebus is okay because it has too much crit rate. Like if you go to Phoebus, you will notice that she has a lot of crit rate. So it makes building so easy. It increases attack and you have a flat attack that's great. That's good enough. So it's even that is okay to go with Anchor. And if you want to invest slightly, like a slight amount of money, or just a slight amount, a tiny fraction, where is Anchor? Anyway, this one's also great for Anchor because increase attack and basic attack damage, both attributes she scales with, and it has, I think it reaches up to 44? I think I can see. How's that max level? Anyway, this is the faster, not this one, for sure. Yeah, 40. 40% crit damage is good. It's good for a 4-star. So you get 480 and 40% crit damage, which if you slot into Anchor, if I manage to find here, she's on the top, alright. You see the difference, right? She will be good. She will have 1,800 to 9,000 flat before you enter battle. At the moment, she can also benefit from having a crit damage echo here, like this one. A simple echo with attack at crit rate, nothing amazing, right? A C will be like minus 63 to 280% crit damage, plus attack at basic attack damage bonus that stacks up to how many times? No times. It's okay. It's 80% damage bonus. Okay. It's good. It's a good weapon. Anchor is good. Even with that weapon, she can be kind of an A tier. Alright. So who is left? We can go and take Phoebe up as a carry, but she's S1, which heavily influences numbers because Heroes' Liberation at S1 does so much damage if you're in Absolution mode. Like a lot of damage. Like 160k, I think I hit 150. We can take her up and place her like as a DPS because she's actually really good DPS. But this one shall be like this. We need to go out to take the Spectro Rover instead of Aero. I need to charge up my phone. Yeah. Spectro Rover. I can play Lin Yang as well, but keep in mind that he's S6 and we can try on the Lambi Lumen because he's S6. Damn my pulls. I haven't picked Lin Yang once. Not even from the banner, not from the shop, not from anywhere. I just lost 6 times in a row to Lin Yang. Like this, after this should have been a meme kind of a screen, like with the rain and me crying, and the violin, the sad violin. Yeah, so he's getting a good damage bonus. S3 Linian is good enough. S6 then is okay. Is another good resistance to aim for. Oh no, sorry, S4. He gets 20% damage bonus and he already has 20... yeah, some damage bonus. Rest resonance chains are shit, so you don't care about them. We will put with Zani, but let's play him with Zani's signature, but let's first aim for Phoebe's team. We will play this one with Emerald of Genesis. And we have Spectral Rover ready here. Decent. As all things should be. A decent Spectral Rover build. If you want to play Spectral Rover as a DPS, he is still good. And you know what? I love this idea. We will run through it. We will run this as well. But we will put Phoebe's echoes because they're better. I kept, of course, Zanis and Phoebe's echoes to them because they're better. Spectral Rover is a different echo set, not echo set, different build. The same echo set but different build, different echoes because I need all them to be separated. I don't want to get echoes from one and another because some of them are played together as well, right? And yeah, this is complete. So we make Phoebe a little bit worse because this is one. Like, she gets 20% crit rate, so she still has good. Like 20% crit rate plus Soulkeeper, she's still alright, and she has tons of attack. So let's take this Phoebe, like a free to play Phoebe, but with S1, you know. Alright, we take this up to... we use one, and I'll take it up to Phoebe, who does this. Then check this out. Oh, we did a crit? Okay. No, don't check this out. Don't check this out, it's not right. Oh, it missed your outro? What the fuck? No, what the fuck? This is nuts. When Phoebe did her outro, the Lambi Lumen transferred to the middle of the air stage. Damn. I need to take note of that. Alright, I need to take note of that. Because you lose a lot of damage without the outro skill. Alright, we do this. Now this. We break him. I love Phoebe's kit because it's like structured. Why the fuck are you not dealing good damage with Heroes' Liberation now? I want to show everyone how great you are at S1. Alright, now we hit him in the face with everything. Alright, and now he's dead. Pretty much. Come on. I really hit 150 to 60k. We missed it? Wait, that was a miss. Yeah. I missed one of your heavy attacks. Alright, get destroyed. 345 with free-to-play Phoebe. To be fair, we can run here one more time with her signature to check the differences. But again, she's S1, so please let's take this into consideration. I'll show you how strong she is. This one now. Because it was weird that she wasn't dealing as much damage as she actually does now, as you'll see. Oh wait, what? Now, just look at this. Alright, she didn't actually do this before, which is bad. Oh, I didn't do it. And your damage now is like really good, as you see. Like Heroes' Liberation does so much when she is this one. One of this, one of that, one of this. Just look at this. He's dead. He's just... Oh. 4 minutes! Please! Yeah, 4 minutes. Yeah, it's like a difference of 10 seconds with her signature. But at S1, this is 170k damage. It's just too much, 170k just from a click of a button. Isn't it like an amazing S1? For me, it's like Phoebe's is one of the best S1s I have seen in the game. To make this, look at these stats. What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you? Jesus Christ. She hits like a truck. So this is like, look at this multiplier. It's like 235 multiplier. She usually deals like 90 to 100k, 90k to 100k if you don't have this. And you're now dealing 170. 100k, I'm not sure, I'm not even sure if she reaches 100k in Absolution, Restless Liberation without this one. And Signature, right? With Signature. So this for sure gives her more than, again, 10 seconds, surely, but she's S tier. Phoebe is S tier. You like her signatures, it just deals too much damage. And you also saw her as a free-to-play option, like Emerald of Genesis for Spectre Rover, Phoebe with Cosmic Ripples, and still she beat the boss in like 1 minute and 10 seconds, 20 seconds, around that time. She did around that time. So So yeah, Phoebe is a beast. It's the lowest tier in S, mind you. Maybe if I put A tier Zani, I need to put Phoebe as well. Yeah, I need to be is Zani A tier though? She's too dependent of stuff. Phoebe is not S. I'm just hyped up with Phoebe because I like her, and I like her S1. Phoebe was my luckiest draw in Wuthering Waves. Probably in all of Gacha games I have tried out, in general, because I just did 2 once, and I accidentally got her S1 just with 2 pulls, random pulls. I did to complete like the 10. The 10 pulls in her banner. So yeah, I have a kind of a weak spot for Phoebe. So in any case, she's not a steer because she needs Spectral Frazzle. Spectral enemies are doing a lot of harm to her. Plus, she's good with groups, but not as good as other characters. Like Zani can swipe her sword so hard that he hits everyone around. Lupa, it's only, Lupa's premium team is that it has a lot of AoE, even if you don't have traction, which actually Lupa has a little bit. It's like her skill, after you cast Resistance Liberation and it has resistance skills, it swap out to Brand. If Brand casts Resistance Liberation immediately, Lupa will group the enemies and deal some minor damage. But that's the only traction she has. But at least it's something. These two also have... Phoebe also has some traction, so these two teams also have some traction. But they're kinda limited. And needs very specific stuff to work out as amazingly as they work. Both work amazingly well, but without Spectral Frazzle, they're just shit. Both of them. So yeah. Frolova is... all these characters are not the same boat as these two, right? Like Akusta, even if you don't amplify her damage with Mortefy, which, again, you have a 4-star character, just build him and you have the second best amplifier for Augusta. At least as of as of live streaming this time. Because in the future we might get some more better sub DPSs than Mortefy for Augusta. But come on, Augusta is stopping time and dealing damage without even caring of the buffs the other characters give. Same for Frolova, even if you don't have Cadrelate Rokia, she will deal really good damage. Alright, she will deal really good damage because you have 2 echo skills at the very least. So she will still do great damage herself, and the other characters will still do echo skills, right? So Hikate will still do enhanced attacks, but not as many as if she's paired with Rokia and Cantarella, especially Cantarella. Rokia can be replaced. Cantarella no though. Cartwheel is also inflicts her erosion herself. You just need Chakona to build up her damage even more, right? Don't let me speak up. Let's not even talk about these two. Like these two have so much damage themselves that you just need a Sanhua, especially in Camelia's case, and you're good to go. So they're not as limited, and they're still great. While Phoebe and Zani are amazing, but limited. Kinda limited. So the last one we can do and try out is Lin Yang with Sanhua. So we can be a little bit faster, but we're doing a lot of Glacier here, right? So we need to take into consideration this, the fact that he's S6, and the fact that we will put the signature weapon to him. Okay? Let's see. Again, let's still see how he will go, even with these things on his way. I think resistance is going to be bad for him. Oh wait, what? Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't cast E. All right, that was confusing. Oh, I didn't. I didn't do his rotation as well as I could, but I'm not that much confident in Lin Yang anyway. Look, he's good. He's alright. Don't get me wrong. He's alright. But he can deal much more damage with his Resist Liberation state. Not Resist Liberation, like his heavy attack state? What the fuck? Let's do this. Yeah, that was hella bad. What the fuck is happening? Why is he sitting upon Sanhua? Yeah, we didn't even cast. Alright, we need to reset this. We have done many mistakes. This is not the best solo case of Lin Yang. I'm not a Lin Yang main. I just accidentally have him at S6. Alright. What? How did he? Again, my resonance skill didn't go off. I don't know why. Come on, why are you flying like this? What a boss. Yeah, we had a little DPS drop there, to be fair, so we need to do this one. We need to give him the energy regen and get some stuff back. Some energy, some resonance energy back. Alright. The Heron landed, so now we do... What the fuck? Yeah, it's not even... This boss doesn't help him much as well. He just flies around too much. You can't catch him easily. He just teleports, not flies around, but you know. He's also glass resistant, so yeah. Like, just look at this. Yeah, this is not helping Lin Yang much. Like, he's just doing spins like this. I don't know why I got frozen there. With all this spinning around and not breaking his guard easily because Lin Yang just now again. So let me check what's happening. Yeah, internet can't cooperate. Alright, we're trying this out like this. And we'll see how it goes. I put Zeze with her signature because, you know, it's hard as it is, so let's not make it harder, right? We can save some time like this as he casts his skill. Palace here, so he can have his Resist Liberation ready, and we're taking down Flordelis now. Alright, please not annoy us for a couple of seconds. Alright. Alright. We can do this, right? Yes, she starts doing her shit, which kind of... It made our rotation bad with Zeze. This shit, because... I should have dodged, probably. What? Alright, wait. I could have played it a little bit better because she was... She starts her shit here, so you need to be careful of that anyway. Zeze, as you see, has lost so much DPS that, yeah, we don't have her ult ready when she started the fight, which should have been the case. Oh wait, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm gonna waste much time more with Lin Yang. Yeah, he's not as good. Let's just say that. He's a 6 and we're struggling. I did beat Kaltaro with Flordelis with Kaltaro, he was S3. And he just had Sanhua. So yeah. We can try Sanhua though, just for me to be entirely fair. I'm not playing as good as Lin Yang as other players might can, but you know, you don't have to struggle that much to beat a boss when you have a S6 character, right? I mean, he is standard, so yeah, that goes to say. But I think Kurogi's messed up with this starter character because other starter characters are good, right? The Kaltaro and Narco are very good, and I love the gameplay as well. So yeah, with this one they just messed up a little. It's okay. It happens. Right. We need to do basics here because we can't actually reach here. Do you imagine? A boss like has his guard down and you can't actually damage them because they're just too low, too short. What? But for this isn't short though. Why? So why does this happen? This is so bad. This boss is so stupid. Damn. This boss is so stupid. You can possibly have. And by far the hardest character to the weakest character in terms of investment and actual gain. Now you have a signature, you have him as 6, you have a good build. Like look at this. It's okay, it's an okay build, it's pretty good. He's a 6, it's a signature, like not a good signature for him, but you know. Yeah. It's just not cut out to be a good character. Which is okay. It is what it is. All the weapons are to the right places. Is that correct? Yes. So, I think we don't need to try GXing now, right? No check on. I mean, these are sub DPSs at this point, so we don't need to try out sub DPSs to prove that they are C tier as a DPS. GXing, mind you, can become better in the next version when Uno launches. With Crown of Valor and the Uno, maybe GXing can be a decent DPS on the C tier that can clear some stuff, just like Linian does. How much? I don't think I have much Resonance Chains. Okay, I have 2 GXing, which is okay. In Resonance Chains, that don't do much. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, these are... Only this one does some good shit for here. You gain an extra skill that does a good amount of damage, that's considered heavy attack damage, and which is also benefiting from Uno when she launches this Thursday, at least in our time. So yeah, I think that's the tier list for now. When Uno launches, I think Augusta will still be top. Uno, I'm actually thinking that Uno can be played as a DPS, but I want to see her numbers, I want to see her rotations, I want to do some stuff with her so I can be sure whether she can be played as DPS or not. Definitely better than Linian, if she can be played. Zazie is a good DPS, is a decent DPS herself, but not as good as others. I've tried her out with Flordelis, she can't beat her even with Signature, Sunquench or Keeper. Yeah, she still can't beat her, so Flordelis is strong. She's tanky, she's strong. Yeah, we could try Tani out as a DPS, but I think that's pointless. Like, wouldn't you put her with Lupa and Brand? So we tried this team out. It did really well. It does really well in general. It does beat Flordelis, it does beat everything. Like fast, and it's also low investment team. I don't have a single signature and this team is really good regardless. So I think that's the gist of it. We had some minor issues and troubles during this live stream, but I think we covered the basics as well. At the very least, we did try and play as many teams as we could and try them out in Tower of Adversity as fair as we could. This tier list, I believe, is considering all the factors in for Tower of Adversity and how each character on their best team can be, in what level each character is on their best team, and in the case of Lupa, the whole team, what kind of level it reaches. Again, in Tower of Adversity. I have a video about Wuthering Waves that I did kind of the same thing. I can link it down below in the comments, so you can feel free to check this out. I'm gonna do this right now probably too. I've done the same thing with Wuthering Wastes, but with less characters because some are just not fit for it. For instance, Kalcharo, Anchor, Linian are just not there. nor Zani and Phoebe, because the way their kit works doesn't quite fit Wuthering Waves, even though Zani can be played. And also, I haven't placed Camellia because it's S1. As I've described before, S1 for Camellia is really strong, it's giving it an edge. So I didn't want to put someone out there that was not a fair comparison to others, alright? So I have this, and I will link it down below. You can also feel free to rewatch this if you like, and see how I came up with this tier list. This tier list is completely, my personal opinion with the characters I have and the builds I have. Mind you, not all characters have the greatest builds, but all of them have decent ones, at least. More than 50% crit rate and more than 250% crit damage with decent stat bonuses. So yeah, that's about it. We will do a similar thing when more characters get released, like Cambrena, Kyuyan, Yuno. We're waiting for Tisa as well. Probably after these 4 get released, we will do another video like this one, both for Wuthering Wastes and for Tower of Adversity. Live stream again, because it's more fun and better to discuss everything with you and play around with you with all these teams. And also Tower of Adversity will be updated in 2 days, and it will be greatly updated as well. We will have extra floors, so we will have better flexibility, let's say, to try some characters and teams out better in the future. Same with Wuthering Waves. I have tried Wuthering Waves before its update, like with pure damage, pure tokens, like a single token, not the purple one, the Bladder's Captain Seal. I've tried all teams with the same token, so we can be as fair as we can. So these 2 are still pending. We will do a Wuthering Wastes when more characters are released in the future, as well as Tower of Adversity. Wuthering Waves will be first, will be coming up first, so stay tuned. We'll also release, me personally, I will also release a quite interesting video that I haven't seen others so far doing it. I've tried Carlotta. I've tested Carlotta with a 4-star weapon, a Dying Flame. So in this Tower of Adversity against Flordelis, who, as we have already said, is a strong boss and quite tanky. So feel free to stay tuned and see how that go. Spoiler alert, it went really well. So you can check my rotation tomorrow with Carlotta and the Dying Flame. And if you like that video, please press that like button and subscribe for more, because I think that free-to-play builds are not as covered in Wuthering Waves as in other games, so I want to dive deeper into that. Not only because I like it as a content, and it actually provides a challenge to me as well, but it costs money. Like, not real money, sell credits, which is, difficult to do so sometimes. But stay tuned, because I will do more. I like this content, I think you're gonna like it too, and it's going to be helpful to you, to every free-to-play player out there. So yeah, that's all from me. I hope you liked today's stream. It had it's good and it's bad stuff, but most of it's good stuff, and we actually finished a complete tier list for the characters we have in Wuthering Waves. Stay tuned for more, and that's all from me. Bye bye, fellas.